Hello everyone, my name is Seek the Good and I hope all of you have had a nice day today. Welcome to my channel where we try to seek the good. That's a little suggestion my wife has put in for me to try out. I honestly like it, so I plan on using it a bit more in the future. But for those of you that are a bit new with the channel, that basically means that all we do in this channel is we look for the good things that have happened in our days, both the big things and the little things, and we share it with each other to try and show that good things happen all around. Since seek the good. This is a community-based channel, which means it's going to be more than just me sharing good things. I hope all of you will try to share some good things that have happened in your day as well. So if you feel like something good has happened in your day, please share it down in the comments below. And if not, then I hope you can at least take something good away from these videos and make your day just a little bit better. With that being said, let's get started with today's topics. So I got 3 good things to talk about today. One is that we woke up this morning to a very good dog and our dog Domino, and he had no accidents. And that may not sound like a big deal, but the last time he had gone to the bathroom was like around 10ish last night, and we woke up around 1 p.m. today. So he had to hold it for a very long time, and we were very proud. Next up, we got some late Christmas presents coming in for my wife. You guys may remember that I got my wife Jurassic World Evolution a couple weeks ago, and I also got her these presents, and they arrived today, and she enjoyed them a little bit at the very least, so I was very happy with the results. Coming up next, I give out the usual compliments, but since I'm not working in the clinic today, I don't have any patients to talk about, so instead I'll just talk about my wife and how good she looked today. Finally, this isn't really a good thing, but I'm going to talk about some of the thumbnails I've been using for my videos and how I'm trying to improve on that. So with all that being said, let's get started today. So I kind of gave you guys an overview of what was going on with Domino. And to give you guys a bit more context to what was going on, he didn't really have a good day yesterday. I didn't mention it in the video because we tried to focus on the good things, and what happened with him was definitely a bad thing. But while I was at work, my wife had the unfortunate time of trying to take care of Domino as he pooped on her floor 3 times in a row last night, and then started gagging, throwing up all over it. And she doesn't really handle bad smells well to begin with anyway, so this was a trial on her in and of itself, and I'm very appreciative of her being able to handle that all on her own anyways. So he didn't really have a good day yesterday. So with that context in mind, you can see how having to hold it for a lot longer than you're used to, over 12 hours as a matter in fact. Well, maybe not exactly over 12 hours, but over 12 hours since the last time he had been taken outside. You can imagine how our hopes wouldn't be too high on how that would end. But he didn't even whine this morning. At the most, he just sat on my chest which is what he usually does anyways to try and wake me up. But he just kind of settled down after that. No idea when that was, but I didn't hear anything sort of a stir from him this morning. He was very calm and peaceful until we kind of woke up. And usually we do sleep in a little bit on the weekends anyways. But by sleep in, I will usually wake up at 11. So will my wife, but she'll kind of try to sleep in a little bit until she's fully awake. And 11 or 12 is usually when we do get up. But we didn't even stir until 1 p.m. And the reason why we know this is because my wife had woken up, checked the time, and saw that it was 1 p.m. And we knew we kind of had to get up because Domino, we didn't know how much longer he could hold it. He wasn't acting like there was any emergency or anything. He wasn't giving us a problem, but we still know him. There was this one time a few months ago where he had got me up and it was a bit earlier than usual, and I took him downstairs, and as soon as I put the leash on him, he started peeing all over the floor. He was that close to getting it done. And there had been no time like this before. There had been no times like this afterwards. But he unloaded his bladder all over the hardwood floors. I could not get him to stop, and I was very upset. So him being able to do this morning was a very nice surprise, and I was very proud of our dog made sure to give him a little dental treat, which he took very gingerly from my hands. I swear to God, each time he takes a little treat from my hands and just like slowly grabs it and then goes away with it, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm not going to lie. Sorry if that was a bit quiet for you guys. But enough gushing about how good my dog is for not peeing or pooping on the floor. We'll move on past that. Um, in addition to what had happened, I have been checking my email and received two pieces of good news with late Christmas presents getting in. And this is because I felt like I wanted to add a little bit more to what I had got my wife for Christmas and show just a bit more of how much I love her. Some of it was stuff that I'd been planning on doing and just didn't get around to, which shows how great I am, honestly. And well, that if you don't catch it, that's supposed to be sarcastic. And other bits or ideas that came to the top of my head, like Jurassic World Evolution. I'd been thinking about that for a little bit anyways, but just hadn't really considered it. And well, not considered it, but didn't get around to it. And by the time I did, found out that it was only digital and not hard copy. Same with these. The two presents I had gotten my wife was here, I'll go ahead and show you this one, a Puppet History cap, because she is a big fan of The Watcher and specifically the Puppet History portion of that channel. And she really likes it. She always gushes about it. She went head over heels over a little pin that I got her, which she had been asking for months. So I kind of just got this one just to get it for her, and she really enjoyed it, and I was very happy with that. And the other present, which I'm not going to really show, but it's a holiday ornament of our wedding day. And to give you guys some context, we got married earlier last year, kind of right after the pandemic hit. We had to cancel all of our wedding plans, and it ended up being a real downer for us. But instead of just like holding off the wedding completely, we just decided to elope, and we got married with a few witnesses that day on our university's campus. And originally my idea for that gift idea was to make an ornament out of it and present it for Christmas, because we've started to decorate for Christmas around in this place because we're a bit more comfortable around here. And I never got around to it because I always assumed I needed to print out a picture and go to a Hallmark or something and then start the process that way, but I didn't know where any Hallmarks were in the area. And I had other gift ideas in the mind at the time. But of course, after Christmas, I suddenly make the realization that, do I even need to go to a store? And of course I didn't, so I could have had this ready by Christmas anyways. So it became a late Christmas present. Not really too significant considering we are about a month out from Christmas at this point, but it was still something that she enjoyed, and it will be even more special when we can put it up on our tree starting next year. So I was happy to get those gifts to her, and yeah, it's always nice seeing a little smile on her face. And speaking of smiles, one of the things that I always try to do on these videos is talk about compliments I gave out to people during the day to try and make their days just a little bit better. And that's pretty easy to do whenever I'm working my job and coming up against patients every day. Not so easy whenever I'm at home and don't really see different people. I just see my wife and my dog usually. However, just because I'm not seeing different people doesn't mean I cannot give out any compliments. And my wife always looks good. So instead of just like telling her that she looks good and letting her not really believe me, because she'll do that sometimes, I'm going to actually put it on YouTube and let her see it later and see how she reacts to it later. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about how my wife looked today. So if you watched my video yesterday, you know that she had to do a little bit of work today, which she said went really well. She really nailed it, and she was I won't get into too much detail because I don't know what all she wants me to be able to say, but she really enjoyed it. And the way that she looked whenever she went into this, she had on a new black sweater with a turtleneck, a nice gold necklace to go with it. She had her makeup done real well with a white base, and I don't remember if she wore any specific earrings to go with it. I'm pretty sure that she did, but I'm kind of drawing a blank on it. But she looked really good, and I was very happy to see her like that. and she felt very cute with it too, and she's a bit happy with the length of her hair right now. It went really well with all this. That reminds me, that was the other accessory. It wasn't earrings, it was a headband. Not really, it was a tone of red. I don't know what kind of color to describe it exactly, but it went really well with her makeup and her outfit, and I just loved it. She was so adorable. So if you're watching this later, baby, I love you and know how good you look, okay? So that does it for all the good things. So I'm going to move over to something else that really happened in my day. And that's kind of thumbnails for my YouTube. So if you guys have looked at the thumbnails on my YouTube and just like really looked at it, they haven't exactly been the best sometimes. And the reason for that is because I've decided I'm trying to do something a bit more consistent with my thumbnails instead of doing random pictures on the internet. I'm sticking with memes I find right now, just until I can find some editing software or something to find to make some thumbnails that I want to make. So I've been sticking with memes, and I thought I've found some pretty good memes, but even though they appear all right on the YouTube creator or YouTube studio portion, they do not show up good at all whenever they are actually on YouTube. Like big chunks of the meme will be missing, like the top line, the bottom line lines will be cut off and everything to where you can't even read it. So it's just pictures with text, like parts of text showing up and down. So it makes no sense. There is no joke. So I kind of went through and fixed some of that today. So if you guys see different thumbnails, that's probably the reason why. And I'm going to keep doing this again until I find some editing software that makes the thumbnails that I want. And my wife says that if she gets the proper hardware, she can try to make some thumbnails for me as well. I'm going to try to stop stumbling. I'm sorry about that. But that's where we are on thumbnails, and figured I'd give you guys an update and give you guys an expectation of what's going on. So with all that said, that's all the good news and updates from me today. So I hope you guys have had a nice day too. And if you did have something good happen today, please feel free to share it down in the comments below. I'm sure I would love to see what had happened. I'm sure that anyone coming across these videos would also love to see what had happened. Again, this is a community-based channel, and the only way this all works, the only way we can show that good things do happen all around us, is if we do it more than just me, more than just a few of us. If some of us, a lot of us actually, are able to share the good things that happen in our day. So don't be afraid to share the good things. But if you do not feel comfortable with that, then that's fine too. The goal is, again, to show good things happen all around us. And if you can at least take something positive away from these videos, then the video was a success and the channel was a success. So I hope you can at least do that. And if you are interested in keeping up with my videos in the future and more good things in the future, please consider subscribing. That way you can get updates on when I upload. I do upload pretty consistently, and it's not like you're going to have trouble finding my videos, I'm sure, because they do show up in YouTube feeds. But it's a bit easier to find my videos, I feel like, if you're subscribed and can get notifications. So if you want to, feel free. If not, don't feel pressured. It is community based after all, and it is a kind of come and go situation. So with all that rambling being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. This has been Seek the Good. Goodbye.